One of the things that I hate is with shabby work or poor workmanship. Or I'm not sure the word to describe, but anyway, just an observation. This is the sub panel for the pump room, and the main breaker in the sub panel is 70 amps, right? Now, when we go over to where the main panel is, take a look at this. So this is the main panel area. And when you look at the main breaker that feeds the other side, it's 40 amps. So the main breaker from the main panel, distribution panel, is 40 amps. But then when you go over to the sub panel, you have 70 amps. Fellas and clients, that is a big issue, because if there is a problem with the pump, the breaker on the sub panel will not trip because it is greater than the main breaker. So the problem will bypass that panel and come to the main distribution board because the breaker is smaller there. And that is wrong, because if there is an electrical fire for any reason, the first breaker that should trip is the one in the sub panel. First, that one should trip. So you see those kind of shabby work, it really annoys the shit out of me. Sorry for the language. But yeah, just to say, that is not a good practice at all, because as I said, if there is a risk of fire or any sort of emergency that the breaker needs to trip, that breaker is the first defense and that will not trip. So the problem is going to come all the way back to your main distribution panel, and that's not always supposed to be. Your sub panel is supposed to trip, and your breakers are actually supposed to be equivalent, or the sub panel is supposed to be less than the main panel. You cannot have the sub panel greater than the breaker in the main panel. That is just a no-no. Yeah? So I just wanted to share that.